While you
Sure. Go ahead.
all right. Hello, what is up, everybody? Corey and Grant here from the Neuron today. Really excited to have some folks around. We hope we've got a special guest popping in a little bit from Adobe to join us. We're still waiting final confirmation for that. We had some shuffling of rooms at the last minute. So, what I can.
Got the echo?
Sorry about that. And forgive the light a little bit, but we are in sunny downtown Los Angeles this week for Adobe MAX 2025 at the LA Convention Center and everywhere else in LA live at downtown. Right now, we're coming to you from a concourse in the Ritz-Carlton, JW Marriott. They're kind of connected. So we're really excited to chat and have you guys here with us. Talking a little early. Did you already send out the announcement?
Yeah, we're good. So
cool.
Folks will be streaming in.
All right, awesome. So it'll be a minute before people start trickling in, and we'll get up and rolling. But overall, we've had a really fun, exciting week. We've got to meet a lot of big players in the AI space yesterday, today, and probably more to come before the day's over. I think the biggest takeaway is that Adobe has absolutely come to slay in the AI space.
Yeah.
We kept saying play, and last night I was like, no, I think they came to slay.
They're taking no prisoners. Let's put it that way.
And everything about this whole event has been essentially centered around AI being integrated within the Creative Suite through Firefly and through Photoshop and Premiere and Lightroom and the various ways it can do things. And really excited to talk a little more about this too as we get going.
Yeah, I can share my screen. We can just kind of recap what we talked about in today's Neuron.
That would be great. I'm bringing the live chat up. As always, if you're here, please, thanks so much for joining us. If you got a minute to like, subscribe, we'd really appreciate that. It helps us continue bringing you stuff like this from right where it's happening, when it's happening. And yeah, Grant's going to bring up a screen here real quick, walk you through a couple things.
Mm-hmm. If you can approve me. Yep.
There you are, sir.
Okay, so this morning we kind of recapped everything that Adobe announced yesterday. The headline is that they're sort of rebranding everything under the Firefly kind of, I guess, generative suite, you could say. Yeah. There's multiple variations of that, right? So if we look at our deep dive here.
I think one of my big takeaways is that Firefly really seems to be becoming kind of a centerpiece of the Creative Suite, like where all of the AI within the CS lives, and it's not a corny little app. This thing is the real deal. It's got everything you could ever need to design. And I'll shut up and let Grant talk some more.
No, that's all good.
I talk a lot.
So basically the entire Creative Suite is now built with AI co-pilots, or soon to be, based on their demos. Like we saw AI co-pilots for Express yesterday, and Photoshop, and even the ability to so let's flash back like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, OpenAI launched their app builder tool. So a lot of companies are doing this. Canva famously was one of the first companies who was partnering with OpenAI to have their own app inside ChatGPT. I feel like that lit a fire under Adobe to get their own version going. So we saw demos of both Express and Photoshop inside.
Actually,
ChatGPT.
did we see Photoshop, or did we just see that Photoshop was present?
Photoshop icon. So I don't know if that was just like
they had
breadcrumbing it, or
they had on screen their demo version of ChatGPT where they were showing off their applications within the platform. And one of the things that was really cool is we saw Express, and then it was like, is that Photoshop under that?
Yeah.
Is Photoshop coming to ChatGPT? Because that's a pretty banger move.
Everybody in the audience very clearly noticed that, and they were like, "You might have noticed." But so basically, what that looks like is you're able to actually edit photos with, let's say, Express, because the true demo we saw was Express. You're able to edit those inside ChatGPT. So you could say, "Hey, I'm working on a flyer." The demo they gave was like a flyer for a party. Like I'm throwing a party tomorrow, and or at the end of this week, and it's a beach theme. But actually, I want to change it so that it's Halloween, because Friday's the October 31st, and so you can upload assets, or you can start from zero, and then it'll iteratively put it together for you, but it's layer based, so it keeps all of the layers of every element in place.
Instead of regenerating a full image top to bottom every time, like we're so used to with AI over the last few years. It really did the whole, if you want to change the words, you can change the words. If you want a new font, you can change the font. If you want a new color, if you want to change the little design in there, it can generate just the elements you want. And it was pretty sick. I could see a ton of use for it, even beyond design professionals. I mean, they talk about that. I'm thinking, though, what about yard sale signs, birthday party invitations, and wedding invitations? I mean, there's so many things like that I think you could just do right there on the spot.
Yeah, and so I think one example they gave was okay, there's a little raccoon icon here, and then you say, I want this raccoon to be actually Halloween themed. And so then it regenerates a new raccoon without destroying the rest of the image, which is the thing that you need in order to be able to do work with generative AI with imagery. And
even with edit models, it's still tricky. You still wind up sometimes with pieces that change. But I think looking at these as Adobe layer-based images and graphics, I think is going to be the real, dare I say, game changer of this event. And I thought that was cool. There's actually a whole lot of other things that just one after another were really exciting.
Yeah, so let's maybe go quickly through those. So they're giving you the option to build your own custom models. And so what that looks like is you upload a bunch of your assets into a folder, and then it trains a model off of those assets, and then you can then generate images in your style. And you can create seemingly infinite amounts of different styles, for different projects that you're working on, which is very, very cool. And then they also have another version that's more for enterprises. That's through the Foundry, I believe. So there's Foundry. Two different ways to do that, either inside Firefly or through Foundry.
Man, it's
another one is they're opened up their suite to a bunch of different partners.
Oh my
God! They
partnered
with Google. They partnered with
Black Forest
Labs, OpenAI,
Runway.
Yeah. So
Wonder.
You can edit with Gemini 2.5 Nano Bananas directly inside Photoshop, which is pretty cool.
What that means is if you love the Flux model, say you're doing something where Flux would be particularly great, you can generate that sucker in Flux, switch it over, edit it in Nano Banana, slap it right into your doc, and do it right there, all in the Creative Suite without ever leaving your normal design workflow, which is super sick. And it goes so much farther. I'll let Grant get into these.
Yeah, they also have a new web-based video editor through Firefly, which is pretty cool. So you can generate clips and do all of your editing inside Firefly.
Absolutely.
So there was actually a really cool demo of that today that just came out about an hour ago, where creator Brandon Baum, he on stage edited everything.
What's up, Jacob? You're okay. You can come on over. We're recording, but please say hi.
We're live.
We're live.
If you want to say hey. This is Jacob.
This is
from
Jacob.
Communications. The PR rep. Have to have these guys. You guys are the best.
Thank you, Jacob. We sure appreciate it, man.
But there was a really cool demo today where Brandon live on stage, he had a video that he already created.
It looks like we've got our guest coming right now.
Okay, let's do it.
I am gonna step away and let him join Grant and talk to you guys for a minute, and I'm gonna step up and we'll get you
more
rolling.
On that demo in a second.
I'm gonna step up and let
go ahead. And so what we're going to do here, one of the other things that Adobe announced yesterday was generative soundtrack. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually generate a soundtrack for a video clip live right now. So I'm going to pull it up and share my screen. One moment. And you can come in whenever, Jay, and say, hey, you want to give us a little background on generative soundtracks and just your background, whatever.
Absolutely. So, what's up, everybody? I'm Jay LaBeouf. I lead AI audio for creators at Adobe. And what we're actually trying to do is build the best tools across speech, music, and sound effects. Generate sound effects has been out for 9 months, recently GA'd. It's pretty incredible. But what we're really focused on is generate soundtrack and generate speech. So maybe we can start with soundtrack.
Yeah, let's do it. We need to very quickly give ourselves approval to share my screen. Corey, Can you put the Corey usually does this part. Can you do the put the soundtrack on the screen, please? Thank
Bam.
you. There you go.
There you go, gentlemen.
Sweet, thanks. So this is the Generate Soundtrack platform, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right.
So this is within Firefly, our creative production studio. And to get here, you just go to firefly.adobe.com, click on the audio tab, and then here you are.
Yep. So I was just putting together something here, a smooth, sophisticated song with bossa nova, Latin style for a gladiator arena was what I chose. I don't have a clip
there are
of
no wrong answers, but the way you're using it is great because you can start with a video as an inspiration. So maybe we can try that after this.
Yeah.
But let's just start with this.
Sure.
So also for people looking at this, like, did you type in all these things?
No, this was all generated except the gladiator arena. So what I did was it had, for a restaurant, and I thought that was kind of boring. So I was like, what's the most interesting thing I can think of? A gladiator arena.
Awesome.
How about this? Coliseum. Let's take it up a notch.
Awesome. So the reason we have the color coding is the purple is vibe. So smooth, sophisticated, happy, upbeat. We wanted to take a different approach. There's so many generative tools that just give you blank text. Blank field, you have to type it in. And it's so hard for creators to describe music and audio content.
Yeah, I realized it's really difficult to describe music and even color. We played this game a couple weeks ago that was called Hues and Cues, where you're supposed to describe a color and try to get someone to actually land on a specific color on a grid of 300. We don't have enough words to describe colors, let alone music. I feel like this came up in music journalism a lot, where it's how do you describe the specific sound that you're going for?
Yes, and when we were designing this feature, which we have actually been working on this on Generate Soundtrack, the research for this started 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So you think about how much has changed in this time, but for 3 years we've been trying to not only think about how people want access to this, but also, very importantly for us, source the content. So this is responsibly sourced content. We have all of the rights, music copyright, publishing, recording for all the content in here. And so that also means we have incredible control and we can guide control. So
That's
back
awesome.
to the Mad Lib style, the purple ones are vibe. If you want to scroll down a little bit,
Sure.
You can see we give you some suggestions for vibe, or you can type in your own. The blue ones are more genre and instrumentation. So you scroll down a little more, you get style.
Yep.
So this is where if you were hey, bossa nova jazz, piano, then you could just okay, they'll ensure that there's a piano somewhere in the mix.
Right.
And then
You can get down to the instrument level.
Instrument level. I had someone who does training and learning content for an enterprise, and they came up to me and they were like, all of my content has to have marimba in it. I'm like, why? They're like, it's our brand style.
That's real, yeah.
And they've used up all of the royalty-free tracks that are marimba first.
Yeah. And I feel like you would run into that problem a lot, where it's I also am looking for marimba on the platforms, and I've heard this song 100 times. It's definitely royalty free soft.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the last thing is on the green is purpose.
Yeah.
So we're trying to create audio for video creators and music for video creators. The purpose of creating music for video creators is different than if we were a company trying to create, let's say, 3-minute long novelty tracks to entertain your neighbors or your kids. That's different. We're trying to create music for video.
Right.
So purpose, your music for meditation is going to be different than music for a gladiator coliseum battle.
Right. Or some of the other examples there is wedding, workout. You can kind of picture okay, yeah, I know that those are going to be very different sounds.
Yeah. Yep.
And so something you said there was that this is, you own all the commercial rights to publishing this. So if I was to use this in a video, I could use it.
You have a universal license. So what that means, you can use it anytime, for any purpose, forever. You can use it for personal use, commercial use. You can use it on TikTok. You can use it on TV. You can perform it live in front of an amphitheater. It's your content on any plan.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, should we give this a go? Should we try this?
Yeah, we should probably amp up the energy. I'm thinking high.
Let's do it.
Whatever a high energy bossa nova is, and then tempo. is the last setting at the very bottom.
I like that those are different, but why are they different? Like, why do you have energy and tempo? Like,
yeah, so you could have something that is a fast tempo, but like just low energy and simmering.
Okay.
So it'd be like a jazz combo playing very fast and very quiet.
Yeah.
Or I actually do a lot of like a lot of high energy slow tempo. So think of a walk into a gladiator battle, like don't.
Right.
Like you want, it almost makes it higher energy.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
cool. Awesome.
And then duration, the default is 60 seconds. If we try this with a video clip later, you'll see we can actually support any duration from 5 seconds to 5 minutes.
That's wild. So does at any point does it just repeat? Like, does it know like?
It'll musically repeat in terms of like, okay, it's time for the chorus again.
Right.
But it's not doing this through looping or sampling. It's actually generating the content and multi-track instrumentation live.
Wow, that's awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I also tried this earlier, and it's really fast actually, like which was shocking to me.
Yeah. Yes. So there we go. We got 4 1-minute-long samples.
I don't know if we're going to be able to. Let me mute this because I've got us on.
I know this is the best part.
Figuring out the complicatedness. This is a hard one. We're getting a bit of an echo. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. I wonder if no, that's not it. Let me turn this off for a second. Let me. Where is that sound coming from?
So while you're looking for that,
go ahead.
So we nailed the smooth, sophisticated bossa nova Latin.
You're right.
And then for a Gladiator Coliseum, like in the same way that if we just you do an image prompt, sometimes you'll add something that just doesn't add a lot to it, or it worse, it kind of confuses it. So in this case, I think Gladiator Coliseum did not actually steer the prompt.
Yeah, it didn't really land. It was very bossa nova heavy, but it wasn't really giving us that Coliseum vibe. So maybe we should switch the song type. Like, what do you think? What would be more of a Gladiator vibe?
Well, I'm saying like cinematic. And you try doing them as separate tags. So like cinematic.
Let me add another one here.
Let's see, dramatic.
Sorry about that.
Oh, good. So we can have another dramatic. And now we probably want to get rid of smooth and sophisticated that you have at the very top.
You're right.
And you could again be like intense. And so now at this point, if we're doing something like dramatic or intense or anything like that. Now, if we generate something, this is probably going to bring the house down.
Let's do it.
So again, you get 4 variations generated in just a couple of seconds. That's what they sound like.
Yeah, that's so
With a little
fast.
luck. With a little luck. my favorite things is actually doing it for you had like for a movie trailer at the end, and then everything kind of sounds like this.
That's awesome.
So, do you have a video handy?
Yeah, let's
do
do
you
it.
feel confident enough?
Yes. I have a video. It's a clip, but for some reason, it is graying out here.
Of course it is.
You want to try on yours? We can do it that
Or I
way.
can-
I wonder if that's because it's not the right format, or why would it be gray?
Because that is a screenshot.
Oh, that's a screenshot.
There we go.
Oh man, live jitters.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
So, so what we're doing, it says generating a prompt based on your video. So Firefly is actually looking at the video that you just uploaded and doing a scene analysis on it. So we're looking at what's going on scene by scene, looking at what's in the image. We're also listening to the audio to try to just figure out like what are some clues into here.
Yeah, so it automatically, so this is us doing a demo of Sora actually and
Okay.
showing it on our channel, and it automatically assigned a playful, quirky song with synthwave electronic style for a technology gaming something.
Video. Yeah.
Video, yeah. Should we just try that?
And scroll to the bottom.
Yep.
Because I just want to do that before we hit generate.
Yeah.
You can see your video is 59 seconds.
Right.
So this is like the polish that our team was proud of was we got to recognize your video duration, and then the underlying AI music model has to be able to recognize that and compose to it. So let's hit generate.
Let's do it.
Cool. And now you get to preview it. And if you have dialogue, you'll notice there's a mute video button, so you can try it with the music on or with the underlying original audio.
Let's try with both.
Sure.
So we'll be quiet so we reduce the echo to this.
Kind of give the run through of what Sora 2 is.
Yeah, so Sora 2 is the next generation of OpenAI's video model. As you can see there, all of
We are looking at Sora 2. For those of you who maybe have been living under a rock for the last 3 days, Grant, you want to kind of give the run through of who maybe have been living under a rock for the last 3 days. Grant, you want to kind of give the run through of what Sora 2 is?
Yeah, so Sora 2 is what looks like real people. This is a new app that they created called Sora.com.
Does it automatically adjust the level when you turn the audio on?
Yeah, so what we're actually doing, by default, we can just bring the audio to kind of make that second. Right. So take our message and put the dialogue or sound effects at a level where they're probably above the soundtrack. Now, we're taking a guess. That actually comes into play if you go to the download menu.
Mm-hmm.
So all 4 of these tracks are available to download. If you do like the music mixed in below your VO, then you just click download video and be done with it.
That's awesome.
For a lot of creators, they actually were the ones that told us, just give me this option, because what you guys are doing is good enough for rock and roll. I just need it.
Right.
And then for those of you that want to control the mix on your own, click on download soundtrack.
And then you can take that into, for example, like Firefly's new video editor, and you could edit your videos there.
2 things you can do with it. So if you clicked on download soundtrack, it's going to download it as a WAV file. Or if you're comfortable with it, click on the Firefly icon in the upper left.
This guy?
Yep. So you're going to dismiss this very helpful what's new.
Sure.
You're going to go into the creatively named Your Stuff.
Your Stuff. Where's that?
It is like 5 or 6 down.
Your Stuff. Got it.
And you're going to see generation history.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
So
I like this.
now, these are the tracks we just generated.
Yeah.
And you have a universal license to these tracks. You can download them. You can mark them as favorites. When maybe the second to the last one that we were listening to almost sounded like a start of a tech journalism podcast.
Yeah,
like
I can
that
see
track. That could be something that you guys favorite and you use as a segment. It's yours.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, one of the things that I liked was, so let me see if I can actually get into it here. I know this is not your purview, but I think it'd be cool to show. Which one of these is the video editor?
Yeah, so go to create and then do edit video. Under new ways to create.
Like that one. Thank you. Edit video.
Yep.
Yeah, so what's cool, okay.
So this is a teachable moment. So right now, to control access, it is behind a waitlist.
Got it.
So it's not going to grant you access instantly.
Right.
But the Firefly video editor is actually meant to be the place to assemble these cuts together. So as you're generating video, as you're generating speech, as you're generating music and sound effects, all of them are going to pop up on the left sidebar. And you can bring in shot content, generated content, all in one place.
So this right here is the new boards feature, which is really cool. And what I think I can show the same example here. So I think it was on the left-hand side. It actually has all of your, I believe it has your generation history on here, doesn't it? Or you can access it from this, let's see. No, doesn't look like it. But you can generate video directly in here, which is cool.
Absolutely.
Can you generate audio in here yet or not?
You
yet?
cannot yet. If that's something that you all want to see, please let me know.
Okay.
But boards is pretty amazing, and
yeah.
For a lot of video storyboarding workflows, this is gonna be a huge time saver.
Yeah.
I think the combination of boards and also with our generate speech module, that's gonna be powerful as well. So you can then like come up with the first flow of your AI generated video.
Yeah.
Or speech module.
Cool. Well, that was amazing. I don't want to take more of your time. I'll probably take some questions here, unless you want to hang out for a bit and just chat.
Well,
you can.
What's funny, the call to action is somebody had asked like, "Hey, where does this live?" This lives on firefly.adobe.com.
Yep.
All users get, I believe it's 25 minutes of music generation free.
Yeah.
Like when you're first signing up. So go to town, have fun. I highly recommend put in some video, put in the clip that you're about to publish, and give it a try. It is in beta right now. The reason it's in beta is because we want your feedback. So little quality of life things, all the way to quality issues. Just let us know. We're hyper engaged in this.
Yeah. That was one thing I was wondering is what is actually so we have the credit, this is a credit-based system. What's like the equivalent cost of a credit? If you don't know off the top of your head, that's fine.
So one credit is approximately like half a cent.
Oh, wow.
That's a way of thinking of it. And the way I came back into that is so there's the Firefly standard plan, which is $10 a month for 2,000 credits.
Okay.
And then the pro plan is, I think, $20 a month for 5,000 credits.
Wow.
Plans may change. It's all variable. And also, we're doing a promotion right now where until I believe it's December 1st,
yep,
you have unlimited imaging and also Firefly video model credits.
That's wild.
You could just go nuts. It will not draw down your balance. The audio models will consume credits, but as you can see, like here, you're getting 4 variants of a minute video for 19 credits.
Yeah.
At half a penny a piece. I think it's 8 cents.
Yeah. That's wild. Very cool. Very cool. Does that include so one of the things that you announced yesterday was that you now have a bunch of different partner models. I mean, you've been kind of announcing that on a rolling basis, but like Google's a big one. Yep. Does that unlimited apply to Google's models? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, we'll look into that.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool one to know. I think they did say that in the presentation yesterday, but I will confirm. But
I'm not going to commit myself to it here, Grant.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But, try it out. Try Firefly. Try the audio stuff. Try generate speech. We didn't get a chance to cover it, but it's kind of like what it sounds like. You paste in speech, it speaks it to you.
Is it generate/speech? I can look at it right now.
Yeah, totally. Try that.
Let's do it. If you have to go, you let me know.
No, that's awesome. So yeah, it starts out with this very helpful video. Everybody should watch it. We don't have time.
Yep.
This is another thing we over years. It defaults to the Firefly Speech Model, which is our first-party model. It is super controllable, or you can also use another 20 voices from our friends at 11 Labs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
First time we have an 11 Labs integration in the Adobe product.
That's amazing. I love that you all are just embracing everybody. Like yesterday, one of the biggest things for me was that the fact that you can use upscaling in Topaz Labs. So you can just do that in Photoshop, or you'd be editing your photos anyway. Like if you have a family photo, we wrote about this in the Neuron today, but if you have a family photo that's blurry, some parts of it are out of focus, or it's just like poor quality from years ago, you just can take it into Photoshop and just in one click upscale it. It's amazing. Yeah. All right, so let's test this out. So what do we do here? So we type text.
Yep, and then you choose a speaker. So it looks like you have Brittany selected.
Who do you like? Brittany, Ashwin? Who's your favorite?
Oh goodness, Aaron's pretty solid.
Okay.
Aaron with an E, yeah.
Got it.
And if you wanted to audition Aaron, you click on the play icon.
It
might feedback.
Might get some feedback.
So we'll just trust that Aaron's there.
Each Firefly speech voice has over 30 emotion tags. Our default voice, with no emotion applied, is great for explaining things. It's professional and polished. For amused, surprised, conversational, or dramatic, like whispering or excited, just type your text, select the entire script or an individual paragraph, and choose an emotion tag.
And I'll hit generate. Now it looks like you have some options here where you can add text, you can add pause, show tips.
And indeed, one of the things we could do is mark this up with emotion. So you can select a paragraph, or you can just Command A and apply to all, and you could have this all read in a whisper. You could have it read in a dramatic storytelling fashion.
This is awesome.
And the way you do that, just for fun, if you like select a line or select a paragraph,
yeah, let's do this.
And then you'll see a context bar come up where you can add tone. And so
this is cool.
Because this is a first-party model, we have all the rights to. We've been able to train it on all these 16 or 20 rich tone tags. I use podcast. I use storytelling a lot. I use amused quite a lot.
Which one should we do? Let's do. You want to do amused?
Let's do amused.
Okay.
Great.
Right. I'll have to pause it. Well, let's stop talking for a second, and then I'll hit play so we can reduce the feedback as much as possible. Great. This feedback is so terrible. Do you know how to mute it so we're not hearing the
This
sound?
is a huge one. You can now train a private Firefly model on your own work. Just upload 10.
We can't
You're
hear
right
it.
below the microphone too.
Gotcha. Well,
You have trouble
Everybody-
getting it to play through speakers?
everybody can hear it. We cannot.
They can hear it, but you can't.
Here's
Yeah.
the TLDR.
That's all good.
Adobe's new plan is to put an AI co-pilot in every single app.
We did.
Adobe unveiled a complete reinvention of its creative suite.
Anyway,
The new
you all
guiding
know what speech
principle?
sounds like. It sounds
Turn
real.
every app into a
It's so
conversation
funny because,
where you
like,
can just tell
we put so much
Photoshop,
effort into this
Premiere,
tool
or express
to
what you
make
want to
it
do.
simple and to make it
This
just
all
work
starts with
all the time.
AI assistants, which are being embedded across Adobe.
Pretty good, pretty versatile. My pro tip is to try out the emotion controls.
Yeah.
Because it's the difference between like, oh, it's TTS. We've all heard the text to speech voices.
Right.
Selecting like huge blocks of it, adding some type of emotion control to it, really brings it to the next level.
I like that because we did a test of a bunch of text-to-speech models a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. And one of the things that we tried to do was on Hugging Face Spaces, try to give it instructions about how you're supposed to read it.
Yeah.
And not all of the models are responsive to that. Like very few of them were actually. So the fact that you can do that natively in the platform here is really nice.
Yeah, we wanted to be able to mark it up with some simple UI controls. One could just prompt it, to act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Just the UI we wanted to do is something that our creators would be more familiar with.
I like that because with prompting, sometimes it's hard to know like where you should indicate like the emotion, so it doesn't just read it out loud. Angry.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. And I think that as these tools mature, they should be more embedded in the actual UI itself, which that's, I think, the number one thing I was very impressed with Adobe's presentation yesterday was how you guys are like embedding this stuff directly in the tools that people are already using, trying to make the creators' lives easier as opposed to doing this all through text, because not all of us are text-based thinkers or not all of us are good at typing or good at writing or like writing. Some of us are more like visual. We want to like draw on stuff, or like we want to click some buttons and have it work. And I think that's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Grant, thanks a ton.
Dude, thanks so much for coming out, Jay. Appreciate
Come
it.
by this hallway anytime. We'd love to have you.
This is our hallway for the week.
Cheers.
All right, we're gonna have Corey jump back in here in a second. Thanks everyone for bearing with the technical on the feedback loops. But I'm gonna play this angry text here. Let's see if y'all can hear this. Let us know in the comments.
Where you can just tell Photoshop, Premiere, or Express what you want to do.
Let's see if we can play it right here. Yep, looks like we can. So I'm gonna select this, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. You can hear it, I cannot. If it's screaming at you, please let me know and I'll turn it off.
His all starts
All right,
with AI assistants, which are
Yeah, unlimited until December 1st. I'm catching up on the comments right now, y'all. Does anyone need the links to this? Let me see. This one right here, I'm going to share. Let's generate speech. I'll get you another one.
do. This all starts with...
I see I missed it all.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it. I was standing on the other side of our... You should see the massive setup we're working with. It's super impressive, right, Grant?
Yeah, it's pretty, y'all would be shocked at the level of waste and abuse that they gave us at the setup here. No, I'm just joking. I'm playing.
What we're recording in a little while will be much more impressive.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just super awesome for Jay to come by.
Yes.
That was a great demo. And honestly, it didn't even do what this model is capable of justice. Like some of the demos that we saw on stage were like absolutely phenomenal. Like, and the amount of control you have over the music you can generate is very cool.
Oh yeah.
I've never really used like Suno at that level before because it's very text based.
Yes.
Like when you use Suno. Have you've used it? You've used it to create.
I have spent very little time with Suno, but I have a number of friends who are huge fans and do a lot of work with it and have a lot of fun. But I think for me, one of the things I like about this is like I play music. I played music for years, but for people who don't necessarily right now know their way around musicianship or maybe what style they want, that it can watch your video and be like, you need this vibe and this. Here's some cool ideas, and just bring that all together in one sick package for you. I think that is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, we've also got some really, really cool. Oh, thank you.
There we go. Hey, thanks, Jay.
So we've also got some boards that we mentioned here. I want to go back to that. Double back to that.
Firefly boards.
Firefly boards. Let's look at this.
Don't sleep on boards. Boards are where it's at. That's. I've been watching, actually, Adobe's, you probably know her if you're on X or Twitter at all, Chris Castanova. I think her Twitter handle is I Create Life, and she does such amazing stuff with boards and with AI art. And as someone I truly hope I will bump into here somewhere this week. I still haven't so far, but she's on my list.
Sharing out some links to all this stuff. So, all right, so right now we've got the boards, and I'm going to go ahead and let me actually start a new one since this one's very chaotic. So I'm going to create a board. And this is, I don't know if Adobe wants us to say this, but this is basically like their Figma killer. It's more or less what I would call this. And I would say Express is their Canva killer. If I had to editorialize a little.
Yeah.
So I'm going to upload some files here. And what I really like about this is how seamlessly you can, I'm going to add, let's add a treats to try image from this morning.
That's a good call. And
a video. And then maybe a couple images from today. We're just gonna update whatever I've got on here. Maybe I'll take out the sponsory things.
Oh wow, there's a whole bunch of people watching. That's awesome.
So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in here. So it automatically sorts it all neatly. It's not just stacked one on top of each other. So you got this good grid. As you can see here, we've got a video that you can just click.
We are looking at Sora 2. For those of you who maybe have been living under a rock for the last 3 days, Grant, you want to kind of give a run through what Sora 2 is?
Needs an extension.
Then I can generate a video. So I'll say I have select model. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You can select from all of these different partner models that are in here. VO is probably one of the best ones from Google. So I'm going to do VO3. I'm going to go ahead and select that. It looks like I have to Oh, I have to pay. So I'm not going to do that. Let's see if maybe I can do it with Firefly Video for free.
Have you set up? We got access to all this. You probably not set it up yet, have you?
No. I'll just go ahead and buy it.
I was going to say I had mine logged in earlier too.
That's fine. We'll go ahead and do that off screen.
You're gonna enter your credit card number on the camera?
No. No. We're gonna do that off camera.
I just gotta look out for my brother.
You wouldn't get much out of it anyway if you wanted. Sorry to say. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and select this. I'm gonna go ahead and buy now. I'm gonna go ahead and do it through PayPal. While I'm doing this, Corey,
yes, sir.
do you want to talk us through the video editor and what we saw yesterday? Because you were really impressed with how seamlessly, so Lucy gave this demo where basically she was creating a documentary of her time in San Francisco working with Adobe. You want to walk us through that and what was really cool about that?
Lucy's demo was really cool. It had elements of her talking and sitting in a hotel you could hear the air conditioner in the room. You could hear, doors in the hallway. The voice was very washy, for lack of a better phrase. I don't know what the proper term is. But, so really quickly she was able to say, clean up my audio, and boom, it was now there was a slider or two with a minor tweak, but it was in seconds. And that's studio caliber clean.
That's enhanced speech from Adobe.
Yes, and I'll see if we can't find a link to that demo because it's one you need to watch. And she went from there to some stuff with images, and then she goes and there's this picture of, it's like a billboard on the side of a parking garage, great big thing, and there's a giant sea turtle that's really beautiful there, and she goes in and she quick masks it without actually punching anything in, just told it, select the subject in the foreground, and it grabs it, and then really quickly pops in a video prompt. That said, the turtle comes to life, comes off. You see rocks crumble off the side of the parking garage, and this and that, and it was all of these things that happened, and that turtle just became three-dimensional and ripped off of the billboard, and rocks and concrete start falling, and it flies away. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
So it was generated with VO 3.1 in Adobe's native Firefly video editor.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was very cool.
If we can, I'll try to chase down footage of that. It was during the keynote, so I'm sure it's available. If you watch the keynote, look for Lucy.
We threw it up on the website.
It's on the website. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you can find it there, and I can't recommend enough watching that, as well as the enhance part from Topaz.
Enhance.
Oh my God. I don't know if you guys ever watch, CSI or NCIS, any of those police dramas where they've always got, the nerdy tech person who's able to do things with photographs that are amazing, and they come in and they're enhance that, zoom in so we can see it better. And in the real world, photos don't work that way. That data doesn't exist. You zoom in, it gets worse. It does not continually get better, especially not at the level of zoom they're doing.
All right, I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. So here's what we're about to do. We're going to take the first frame of this screenshot we took from Adobe MAX. I used the paint dropper tool, and I said, this is the first frame. And I'm going to say, in fact, I think I can add a reference. Okay, I'm going to add a reference, add image reference. And let me look up, I'm going to get our cat Ollie here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a video based on a screenshot.
Excellent. While you're chasing files, I'm going to finish my sentence. Okay, essentially what happens, so with Enhance, they bring this picture up, and it's like a photo of, it was a family photo of one of the guys who was presenting. I want to say it was David Trainer.
Okay.
Schrader. I'm going to have his name wrong. If you know who I'm talking about, please throw it in the chat. But he brings up a family portrait when he was a kid with his siblings and his mom and dad, and it's a little blurry. The kids are looking in every direction, and the mom is there, and her picture is a little soft around the edges, and he hits the enhance button, and the face just cleans up. It doesn't change the image, but what it does is it takes it from, if you were going to give it a 10 score, it takes it from of 4 to 7 really well. I would say you could do with about any. And where I think that's going to be cool is that Topaz also has a tool we talked to them about yesterday. There'll be an interview with them coming up this week. We've already got them. It's already recorded. It's just a matter of how fast video team can knock things out. But Topaz also has a tool called Mosaic that is where I think you're going to really bring in the older generation of people into AI, because it's very much like if you have a shoebox of old family photographs, you can sign up for Mosaic. Actually, you have to sign up for Topaz Studio right now, but they're working on that, and there should hopefully be a subscription just to Mosaic coming soon.
Yeah.
But you could take all of your old family photographs, put them in here. Those ones that are deteriorating in a box, they're wasting away because oxygen, because weather and humidity. And this thing can take them, it can enhance them, it can add color to a black and white photo, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
really
very
awesome.
amazing. And I'm going to shut up now and let Grant go back to his studio.
Okay, so what I did here is I wrote in a prompt directly on the board. I said, have the cat from the reference image show up live in the presentation at Adobe MAX and give us a tour of the features listed on the board. So I added a reference image of our cat. I'll leave the cat right here.
Excellent.
I use this as the first frame. I could even end a last frame if I wanted to sort of like show. And then I just did the image generation right here, and it's loading at the moment. We're using this with Firefly Video, which is Adobe's model. It looks like these other ones, right, at the moment, you have to have a specific amount of credits to do it. But it looks like I'm good to go. And I got one. Hell yeah. We said it, we'll say it again. It's in the Bible, okay? You can say it. All right. So we can't listen to the audio once again, so if you can hear the audio. But okay, looks like it didn't get the cat from the reference image.
No, it looks like it got a cat.
It's a cat, and I didn't see the reference image.
A different cat.
I didn't see the reference image show up, so I think I did that wrong.
How many do you have it doing? Do you have it doing 2 or 4?
You can do 2, but they showed a demo. You can have it actually generate up to 16 images. I don't know if you can do 16 videos, but
I've done as many
as
with images. I think I've done 8. Okay. I've done 4. Feels like I've done 6.
Let me upload this.
But I never can decide which is the right approach. I do love that though. Like, here are some options. Pick one and then refine the one that's the closest to what you like. I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and upload the cat here. Maybe that's not showing up because we didn't put him on the board. Let's actually go ahead and take all of our fun icons that we have here.
And
let's add them. And let me zoom it out. So as you can see, it's got a nice little grid layout. Wow, that's so convenient.
If you see the cat in our newsletter and you see him doing things, this is the concoction of little icons and doodads that we throw around the cat. So he, so maybe he's, in a boxing match one day. Maybe next time he's yelling out of a blowhorn, a megaphone.
Yeah. We need to shout out the original artist of this. Noah commissioned it, and the art is fantastic.
Who is the original artist?
He's on our Canva account forever, but I'm blanking on his name right now.
It's gonna make it difficult to shout the guy out, though.
You know what? We will add him as a comment to this later. Because he's very amazing. Okay, so we've got our cat here, and let's add this cat. Let's see, generate image. Let's see. This is an image one. Let's do this cat, and we'll use. So I just clicked this, and I'm going to say use as an image reference.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say have the cat from the image reference. Oh, let me do this. This way is way easier. So sample from Canvas. So I'm going to click this little eyedropper here, and then now I'm using this as an image reference.
Yeah.
They showed there's a way to add 2 at one time, but perhaps it's not available at the moment. Actually, let me go back to the video version, because the video version I think should be able to do this. So okay, sample from Canvas. Okay, use describe image. Use as first frame. No.
Use as first frame.
Maybe I'll just use it as the last frame. We'll just do that. Okay, use as last frame. So we'll say have the cat from the reference image show up live in the presentation at Adobe MAX. We'll go ahead and generate that with Firefly Video, and then let's also do it with VO 3.1, and let's give some lesser known models some love. This is Mari from Moon Valley, which is another commercially safe model that you can use. So we'll go ahead and throw that.
I like that
on
it calls that out for you too.
Yeah, it's nice to know that, because commercially safe basically means they have next to
everything that it was
trained on. Where some of the other models that are not commercially safe, it's a very nebulous gray area that's working its way through the courts at the moment.
And I think the Firefly models are ethically sourced as well. I think that's the phrase. But
no, they are.
I
for
want
sure.
to say they all are.
No, they are. It says right here, commercially safe.
Yeah.
And if you saw this earlier when we went to the artboard, it gave us a little warning. It's like, you are going to use a partner model. We as Adobe are not guaranteeing that it's commercially safe. So
yeah,
have fun. Decide if it's worth it for your project.
Yeah. And it's really great to have all of these specifically as image models.
Yeah.
All in one place together, because there's so much you could do really. And did it give us the wrong cat again?
No, this is the earlier video. We're still waiting on these generations.
It looks like my cat Melody that tends to wander into our videos sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Only younger and a little more.
Yeah. So we'll let these pop up. But I mean, think about how cool this is as a creative tool. You can bring in all of your assets into this board. You could just totally come up with whatever you can imagine here. Throw it on your artboard. I mean, how easy is it to create storyboards with this tool? How easy is it to, create vision boards?
Yeah.
Basically start something that then you can take into another tool, because that's what's really cool about like what they did was that they made it so that all of these things like talk to each other.
Yeah. And I think something we should touch on, I know we only have maybe 10 minutes left for this, where we're doing kind of an abbreviated live today because we have an interview with an Adobe exec later today that we hope to be able to have released later in the week. It'll be very AI focused. It's going to be super interesting. We'll make sure we push that out to everyone as much as we can too. But they basically promised three things yesterday: to continue to focus on Adobe's own models, to continue to explore partnership opportunities with other models that people want to use in conjunction with their creative suite, and to focus on your models, which is models that you train yourself. The cool thing about this is there are two approaches. They have what is their general business approach, but there's also an enterprise version. So like the one that you can do yourself in Firefly is it allows you to upload 30 images and kind of train your model, so to speak.
Yeah, so here's an example where they trained these, on this artist style.
Oh yeah.
And then he was able to put this.
That's
all
the one
together.
we watched yesterday. It was great.
Yeah, and so all of this, these are a bunch of unique generations that he all put together into one canvas to create this like epic image. And he was able to do that because he added 10 to 30 different examples of his art style.
I think he used exactly 30.
Yeah, he used 30. And then that gets the consistency. He likes flowers coming out of animals.
And it gave a very clear match, in my opinion, to the style that he was going after. And that was with 30 images to train on, not thousands and thousands of your full history of everything you have, but just a folder full of pictures. With that said, there's an enterprise version as well that is it's done as a managed service, so you have like an account rep who helps you set this up, make it work. But it includes, I want to say you can upload thousands and thousands of images. Wow. and train on like your whole company ecosystem. So like if you work for, we made a friend yesterday who works for Alaska Airlines, so I'll use them as an example. If say you've been doing jet liveries for years and you have hundreds and hundreds of those in your file, you're able to take all of those in one place, bring them together, and essentially teach this thing what Alaska Airlines Vibe is. But I think the truth is the 30 image pack is going to be the one that's the real difference maker for most people, because the fact is large companies change their branding regularly. And what you can do there, instead of having this one big Alaska Airlines model, what you could do is you could have a whole bunch. You could be like, this is our logo model. This is the history of our logo. We want to use this one. We want to design a new one. You could have one that is strictly liveries. You could have one that is specific to a campaign that's like, we want to do this in this style. And the truth is the possibilities are pretty broad. I think there's a whole lot of stuff we could do, or anybody can do for that matter, that will be a lot of fun, and some cool projects we look forward to taking back to our coworkers as well, that probably a few of you are watching today, and I think they're going to be really excited about specifically that one. And we're going to learn more about that, and that's part of what our conversation later on in about an hour here is about. So
Yeah.
We'll learn more, and as soon as we have all of that, we'll share that as well, as far as like learning what's involved and kind of getting a good demo together on those as well.
So, quick update for you. If you do want to see your generation history, that will live on the right-hand side of the board over here. Although for some reason doesn't remember me, so might be some launch day some launch day flaws there. Then also, what was the other thing I was looking at? Oh, so for example, if you wanted to, let's say, like generate something you can change all the properties over here. What size do you want it to be when you generate it? Where do you want it to appear on the canvas? For the level of rotation, appearance. You can you have some options there, and then obviously your opacity, which is great. So that's all settings that you can change. Generate image. This works the same way. As you can see, they've got all the Flux image models in here. They've got Gemini. They've got OpenAI, Ideogram, and Runway. Very, very cool. You can also suggest a model. So if you are like, hey, I want Grok.
And for what it's worth, they've been adding them consistently for a little bit.
Yeah.
I love the idea of being able to bounce between Flux or ChatGPT image and then into, say, VO or into Nano Banana. I like the idea of the level of flexibility that having those all in one place, where I just flip a stupid slider there and select the other model. Not a stupid slider, but sorry, it excites me.
Yeah.
And
so the one other thing I wanted to show is this video editor.
cool.
We tried to get into it earlier, but Jay said it was gated at this point. It's not.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to join the wait list.
Yeah. There's a gated beta. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to see if they have a demo video, perhaps on their YouTube. Before we go here. Let's see. Actually, you know what I can do? I can go to the Adobe keynote and show that and just kind of quickly chat through it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Okay, so this was the keynote from yesterday. So I'm going through here. We're going to scrub through. These are some of the examples from before. So this is just the generic video editor. This is Adobe Express, which is very cool. So this is where they start with this beach photo. Let's see. They start with this beach flyer right here, and they're able to chat with it. And through the chat process, they change it into a Fright Night, a Halloween-themed experience. So that's very cool. But that's not what I wanted to show y'all. But I highly recommend you check that out. That's at around, if you want to see how the Express works, that's around 38 minutes in. You can go check that out in the keynote video. Let's see the video. Oh, this is the enhanced speech we were talking about earlier. So this is
that's
really
that's
cool
the one.
too. And this is on podcast.adobe.com. So podcast.adobe.com/enhance. And I'll go ahead and link that in the chat here.
Excellent.
So you can check this out. So that's that one. And this is where you can upload any audio, and you can control it on two different vectors. You can control it on the level of the speech, like how prominent you want the speech in the video to be, and how prominent you want the background in the video to be, which is very cool. And I'm just going to show you a quick demo of that. So you go to podcast.adobe.com/enhance, and you can see the speech here. So you can change this level. And then you can also change, so this is, you're controlling the speech in the video, so that's the person talking, and then the background. So you can turn the background totally off, you can turn the background totally up if you only want to hear the background, for a background noise track, etc. So going back to the video editor here before we go, you mind if we go a couple minutes over?
Yeah, we can go a couple minutes over. We just
Yeah, I know.
just got to stay on it.
Yeah. All right, so let's see the video editor. This is who we're talking to in a couple minutes.
It is.
So this is cool. So
That was so awesome.
So this is from the presentation on Photoshop. He's able to generate the image And using a tool called Harmonize, he's able to match the color, the look, the lighting of the actual image inside Photoshop, the generated image to the background.
And he's already done it at this point, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
The transition when it happened was pretty wild because it went from looking like we stuck this astronaut on a random backdrop, like we just cut this guy out and pasted him there, and instead it began to look like it belonged.
This is an example of the photo upscale. This one was, or upscale. This one was really cool. So this is a picture of this dude right here.
That's David that I was talking about.
I think his name wasn't he Paul? Maybe Paul.
I mean, it could be. But this is the image I was telling you about.
So it takes this really blurry photo and then it upscales it, which was really awesome.
Yeah. Which is that nonsense they've done in police procedural dramas for many years. Like,
enhance.
And it's like, that's a lie. That's not real.
Yeah. But then he was able to create this really amazing image where he harmonized both of the generations that he created to the background that they're in, and then was able to stitch them together with a feature that sort of naturally blended them.
Yeah.
This is also cool. This is Illustrator, so we'll just kind of show this real quick. So
basically, the vectors. Oh my God, those were amazing.
Yeah, so you can turn with Turntable. You're able to turn images that you draw with vectors and maintain the consistency of the image. This is one of those features that blew people's mind. I mean, I think they demoed it before. So.
Even if you just want to turn the head or the arm, you don't have to turn the whole thing.
Yeah, but as you can see here, you can create all the layers or all the objects in here, and you can turn the entire thing, which is really amazing. Where was he?
He was great.
Yeah, Michael is his name.
Yeah, Michael begins with an F.
Okay, so here's where he's changing the head. So he's using Turntable. He only drew one image here, but now he's able to rotate and change it because the AI is able to understand like what the structure of the object is, and then maintain that structure as you change it.
Which is sick.
I mean, think about it. Like, if you're an artist, like that is such a helpful tool. Like you basically can create an entire 3D object just by drawing it once
from a 2D image.
Manipulate it. Yeah. Now, sure, maybe you turn it to one angle and it creates like a weird thing that you weren't picturing. You can then edit it because, as you can see here, these are all the different layers of vectors that are layered on top of each other. It maintains the actual all of the layers. And
it gets to another batch of vectors in a minute that are the stuff of my nightmares.
Which one is that? I can show it.
Up here, the next picture.
This one, when it explodes?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Now, it wasn't that picture. It was a group of other images, and all of a sudden it was like, here are 100,000 slices or so.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
But he already did it at this point.
Okay.
It's hard to describe it.
Do we also, one other thing in here before we go that I'd love to share, just take 2 seconds, is Grant, who shared the layers. So if you work with Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, one of the things that everyone knows is that you wind up with this layer chaos where everything is like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. I mean, and that's it. Like, you don't have identifications in there unless you are one of those really religious people who works through all your layers. Well, with the chat agent inside Photoshop, Premiere, etc., what you're going to be able to do is say, hey, label all my layers, and then you'll hit enter and it'll label hundreds of layers. And they did it live, and as far as things that like made the crowd suck the air out of the room, you could watch the designers just gasp.
This is where it was. So basically, this is the chat tool on the sidebar where you're able to ask it to do things for you on the right-hand side, and then it will change and edit Photoshop on the left-hand side, and you can always come in and take over things without destructing the image that you're already working on.
Yeah.
So it maintains the fidelity of the object and the layer. And then, so for example, you'll see here, I don't want to scroll too far. They have all these layers that they're scanning through. I think this is where they do it. It can also give you intelligent suggestions. So let's say you're like, hey, what can I do to improve this image? It will then go through and give you suggestions like, hey, maybe you need to change this setting or that setting. So they show a good example of that. So that's a very cool demo that they showed off.
That was awesome.
I don't know if they did. They might have already done the layers at this point.
Guys, if you haven't and you're still hanging in here, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, maybe check out the newsletter at theneuron.ai. Join now officially 600,000 others who read it every morning. And we would love to have you subscribers. It really helps support us and show the value in what we're doing right now being here. So the more the better.
Yeah, I can't find the exact moment, but watch the video at about 40 minutes in, and you'll see it.
It's her. She was the speaker.
Emma. Yeah, that's right.
But it was super cool. Just a little note worth sharing.
Okay, the last thing, which is we're building up the anticipation for, might not even be worth it at this point, but is the video editor, and I did want to show that because I think it's worth showing before we move on. Let's go ahead and scrub through here. Okay, so right here, this is the Firefly video editor, and there's really cool things you can do. You can generate transitions directly, like from your imagination, essentially, directly on your timeline. So, what you do is you basically go into you can select an option. It'll take you over to the generate video tab. You can use one of your frames from your live action footage that you shot yourself as a reference point, which like we were doing before with the screenshots, and then you can generate an image that can be used as a transition.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for instance, the example that she gave here was, I want to do like a hand drawn version of the still, and then it sort of materializes in to the actual frame that she used as the reference, and that's like a completely imaginary.
Yeah, she simultaneously removed and then re-added the card a little later, and it was it was really cool.
Yeah, and so then she takes that image that she generated and she brings it back onto the timeline.
Yeah.
And just throws it in right in the middle here, and then you can also generate videos directly into the timeline, or at least like in the Firefly video editor, and they very seamlessly go together with this generation history tab, which is right here on the left hand side, and that's where you'll see all of the generations that you've created, so you can easily grab them, put them onto your timeline, which is awesome. There's a ton of stuff, y'all. There's a ton of stuff. Oh, this is the turtle that Corey was talking about. So she puts the turtle directly on the screen, and then generates an image with VO3, and then the video comes to life directly on the timeline.
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
That's so sick. That just blew my mind yesterday. The way all of the dirt, the water falls out of the image.
It just makes
it
just makes like effects that much easier to create, which is very cool. So it seems like in general, my takeaway was we are, what's the word? Like they're creating tools that empower creators, not replace them. I think that's like you said that, and I think that's very indicative of what's happening. And they're trying to solve actual problems that actual creators have, instead of just being like, look at this cool demo we can do. It's like, no, we are creating features you requested.
If you spend 12 hours a day masking out video, masking out characters, like a lot of those things that have been meticulous jobs can now be a nuisance in your day, while you get more time to focus on the elements of what you do that are super creative.
So like this rotoscoping here, to Corey's point. Like
yes, that's the one.
This is AI generated. It automatically recognizes the objects, creates the rotoscope around it, and then.
And you can do it with Lightroom in your phone. I did it this morning after
That's awesome.
We'll share some pictures later, but I went on a kind of a guided photo shoot with a model around.
Think about how much time that would take you to do if you had to do it manually, frame by frame, or even like Adobe's had features like this for a couple of years, but they've just gotten so much better.
They just consistently get better.
Yeah. And now that you can recognize the difference between objects is really awesome. Like the skateboard is different than the guy skating on the skateboard.
Yeah. Exactly. That's sick.
All right, I think that's it.
I think it is.
There's so much more than that, but that's just the stuff.
We could absolutely go for hours more, but we have other events to get to today, so we can bring you some more great stuff shortly. Thank you so much for chiming in and watching. I hope you enjoyed everything, and thanks to Adobe for letting us borrow Jay for a little while this afternoon to come over for a demo, and we'll have some more cool stuff coming. Make sure you follow us on social and everywhere, because we're sharing out everything we have as we get it as well. So
cool.
Thanks so much for watching. Farewell for now, humans.
Bye.
these cameras.